Welcome to Wrong Time Watch. My name is Kevin, and today we're looking at the Towson Watch Company Mission. This watch was the first watch designed by this company, which I'll refer to as TWC. This watch was designed in 2000 for an astronaut on a NASA ST-99 mission. In that mission, they mapped a portion of the Earth's surface. So I find that very cool and fascinating. I've been a big fan of NASA ever since I can remember. Remember going down to Florida when I was a kid and watching the space shuttle take off. Very cool experience. So, like I said, I've always been a fan of NASA, and actually I've not been familiar with this watch company before. So it's very neat to find out that this watch has been in space. Not this particular watch, of course, but watches just like this. So these watches are limited to 100 pieces per colorway. And you have a black dial colorway, a silver dial colorway, and then the third colorway is a black dial with a silver tachymeter scale ring around here. And as you can see, the dial does have some guilloche, a CNC guilloche pattern there in the middle of the dial. And of course we have 3 subdials and a date at the right here. So this is using the Valjoux 7750 movement. It has the Glycudor spring and some other things inside there, which I don't totally know what they do, but they sound pretty neat. So top subdial is the minute timer. So what you do is you start the chronograph, and then the center second hand starts moving. So at the 12 o'clock subdial, that will count down the minutes, and then the 6 o'clock subdial will count down the hours. So that's 30 minutes, so I'd have to rotate around twice for this to advance. I think this might count in between as well too. And then the left subdial is your running seconds, so that will always be running as long as the mainspring is wound and you have energy in the watch here. And then you have the shield there with the TW logo for, again, Towson watch. Let me zoom in a little bit more on the dial here. I think you get a sense of that CNC machine pattern. And you can see the text there below the shield logo, which is just printed on top of that guilloche pattern. And then the subdials, of course, are subset below the dial surface, and there's some rings around that. And the indices are silver, and this handset is white painted. The base model handset is rhodium plated. So the watch with the white hands is $100 more expensive, and the price for this watch in my hand is $2,950. And then with the rhodium plated hands is, of course, $2,850. Then you can also get them in rose gold, and I think that price is $3,150 if memory serves me correctly. I will, of course, leave a link in the description below to this watch. They have some other models on their website as well. I just spent most of my time looking at this watch on their website. So this has a brushed case. Everything is brushed on it. That's to give more scratch resistance. Actually, the top of the lugs are polished, but most of the case is brushed. And this has a little bit thicker of a bezel than what I usually like on a watch, but the lugs are thick and it matches the thickness of the bezel. And this is meant to be an actual tool watch, so it gives a little more beefiness to the watch. So I think it works fine. And actually it makes the watch look a little smaller than the dimensions would indicate. It's a 42 millimeter case diameter. Lugs are a little bit long, at least for me. The lugs are 50.6 millimeter. Case thickness, we're at 13.6, which is a little thick considering it's only 50 meters of water resistance, but also considering it's a chronograph movement, the thickness is, of course, in line, again, at 13.6. Lug width, 20 millimeter, and this strap does taper down nicely to 18. The strap is very, very soft and comfortable. This watch is worn very well on my wrist. I almost don't want to send it back, but I will be sending it back. A very comfortable watch to wear on wrist. And we have a 7mm signed push-pull crown. Again, with that TWC logo. Looks like a B too. I'm not sure if that was done on purpose. I don't know how close this company is to Baltimore. They are based in Maryland. But it is a TW right there. So very neat. All right, let me zoom out, and actually I'll put this on wrist. We'll check it out up close here on wrist. No lume to speak of on this watch, so we won't be looking at lume towards the end of the video as I usually do. No screw down pushers or anything like that. Actually, let me stop this and we'll reset it so you can see the hands snap back. So push the top pusher in, stop, and then reset so that thing will snap back. And this sub dial here will reset, and that one down there will reset as well. And the running seconds is still going. So actually, I'll show you the case back. Almost forgot to do that. Sapphire on the back and sapphire on the front. So I want to wind this on camera so you'll see this gear here turn, and then you'll see that one up there turn as well. So again, right here, this one's turning right above my fingernail. And then this one up top is turning as well. So I'm trying to tilt it so the movement, the rotor doesn't get in the way. All right, so you see that moving, and then we'll activate this pusher here. And you'll see some things moving around in here. So right now the chronograph is running. And then I'll stop the chronograph and you'll see the levers move again. Actually, just that one right there moved. And then I'll reset, and then you'll see some more movement. We'll do this one more time as well. I don't know about you guys, but I really enjoy watching or looking at the movements and how they work. It'd be great if there wasn't a rotor on here. I'm more of a fan of hand winding, just especially with the display case back, so I can see what's going on a little easier. A micro rotor would be nice too. Anyway, let's start it again one more time. Then we'll stop it. So right now it's stopped, but I'm still pushing the button, the pusher, and then this little lever right there is moving. Not doing anything other than moving that little lever. So let's reset it. The buttons are a little stiff. I'm trying to push them in without moving the whole watch around. But you can see there is some finishing on this movement as well. You have some perlage, and then you have some striping or graining here, whatever you want to call it. And there's the balance wheel up there at the top, right up here. Oh yeah, and you can read the case back here. Towson watch company, 5 ATM water resistance, which of course is 50 meter, and it is numbered, which is always a good thing to have with limited editions. Definitely need to have them numbered. M250-2, I don't exactly know what that means. Maybe it's the mission, maybe it's the model number. But yeah, like I said, I'll leave a link in the description below to this watch. The website kind of looks like it was made in the 90s, I guess, but it still works. It's still functional. Oh, I had read on their website that this case is made for them in Germany. So anyway, let's get this on wrist now. We'll leave the chronograph running again. That chronograph second hand is really thin. I am in the process of assembling a watch from DIY watch company. I still haven't finished it yet, but doing that myself, I can even more appreciate the guys that put these watches together. I would totally mess up that second hand. If you have done any modding, I think you'll appreciate that comment. watchmaker I am not. All right, let's zoom out to one zoom here. Get a sense of how it looks on my wrist. I have a 6.5-inch wrist. It doesn't look as big as I think it would. I really think it's because of how thick that bezel is. It looks like a smaller watch. I think I already mentioned to push pull crown, so you can wind it whenever you want to top off that power reserve. All right, let's zoom out and see how it looks at half zoom here. Gives you a little better perspective, I think, of how it may actually look versus being zoomed right in on it. So let me know what you guys think of this watch. Also, let me know if you've heard of this brand before. As I stated, I have not heard of them before. But it looks to be a very well-made watch. Wears very comfortably on wrist, and I am a big fan of the association with NASA in that ST-99 mission. As always, thank you for taking the time, and thank you for watching.